Hey, I'm going to talk you through our directions for essay number 3. You're going to be writing about your routine. So it's your choice. You can write about a typical day in your life, or you can talk about like an ideal day. If you had the perfect Saturday or the perfect Friday, what would that look like? Um, and you can focus your attention on the whole day itself, things you do throughout the day, or you can focus just on your morning or your evening routine. The goal is to use at least 5 of those reflexive verbs that we learned in the daily routines lesson, things like washing hands, brushing teeth, brushing hair, um, things like that. So, I just wanted to walk you through what I expect. I'd like you to have a title for your essay. So, whether if you're talking about a typical day or if you're talking about a perfect Saturday, or these are just suggestions. You can run something by me if you need help figuring out something else. But, like here, you could make this, a perfect Monday. Just change this to Monday. You're going to have I want you to have 8 to 10 sentences. So at least 8 different verbs conjugated correctly in the present tense, and 5 of them need to be reflexive verbs from our lesson. I'd like you to include transition words, at least 3. So here are some ideas of transition words that you can use. I'm going to show you a sample in just a moment that has those in there. And I'd like you to include at least 2 time expressions. So something like à 11h30, je prends le déjeuner, or je me réveille à 8h. And then, so you can see the point values for all of those things. And then before you submit your essay, you need to make sure you've included accents where needed, that you double check the spelling and grammar, which you can do using spell check. And I have videos showing you how to do that. And then the last thing, which is the most important, really, is that you are using the French that you know. Please don't write a paragraph in English using all the sophisticated vocabulary that you can in English to tell me about your day, and then try to translate that to French, because it's going to be frustrating and it's going to end up sounding weird. Okay, so what I would like you to do is to build sentences using the vocabulary that we've learned, and show me what you can do with the French that you know. If you need help with additional, like a word or maybe even a small phrase, you know that you need to use wordreference.com to look that up. Again, Google Translate or Babbel or anything else out there that tells you they can translate is not going to be effective. So you need to use wordreference.com. And then I would also just shoot me a quick message through Canvas, a text, an email, and say, hey, is this the right word? Did I use this correctly in this sentence? So that I can double check that for you. Okay, so here is a sample essay. Here's an example, and it's got transition words like d'abord and ensuite. Now, just like in English, you can add a comma after these to set them off if you'd like to. I don't know why I didn't in this particular paragraph. But I've got d'abord, je me réveille à 5h45. So here's, you've got a transition word and a time phrase. Je reste au lit pendant 5 ou 10 minutes et puis je me lève. Je mets des chaussures et je sors avec mon chien. Ensuite, je me brosse les dents. Puis, je me lave et je m'habille. À 6h20, je sors encore une fois avec mon chien. Nous nous promenons pendant 10 ou 15 minutes. Now, we didn't see this one yet, but this is something to go for a walk. We can use that as a reflexive verb also. Quand je rentre chez moi, je me sèche les cheveux. Je quitte la maison à 6h45. Je bois du café et j'écoute la radio pendant que je conduis à l'école. This was actually a typical morning for me a couple of years ago before I had my son, and I used to drive to Bristol to go to work. Now my schedule is a little bit different, but you can see that I've got time phrases, I've got transition words, I've got all of my reflexive verbs. Je me brosse les dents. I've got the me there. Je me réveille. Je me sèche les cheveux. Okay, so make sure with those that you remember to include the pronoun. If you have any questions or need any help while writing your own essay, please don't hesitate to let me know. I'm happy to help, and I look forward to reading what you write. Have a great day.